One more time for Jimmy. How you guys doing? We doing all right? Having fun? Getting your food and drinks ordered in? Having a good time? Feeling good? You guys ready for more show? You guys having fun? Give it up for your next comedian. Give it up for Chip Chantry.
Guys, good to be here. So you guys are drinking, that's good. I cut down my drinking. I had to slow down because I realized I can never quit drinking. I can never go to AA because you have to have stories when you go to AA. I don't have good stories. Like, guys have cool stories to go to AA. They wrap their car around a tree, they got in a bar fight, they spent the night in jail. The worst thing that happens to me when I drink too much is like, I have too many glasses of red wine and I get rosy-cheeked and chatty. Like, that's what happens to me. Like, some people turn into animals when they drink. I turn into Little Orphan Annie. I'm like, hi! So I'll tell you this, I had to get some batteries the other day. I'm not going to tell you why, but, none of your business. But, so it was a Radio Shack nearby, so I walked into the Radio Shack. Have you guys been in a Radio Shack recently? That's the saddest story you'll ever be in. It's the most depressing. If you haven't been in one, basically, a Radio Shack is basically what would happen if your dad and your uncle tried to build an Apple store. Like, that's what would happen. A Radio Shack is what would come out. Like, your dad would be all proud. Like, it's a pretty nice Radio Shack, right? It's a pretty nice Apple store. Got some batteries and some wires and a helicopter that will never ever fly. Doing some shopping. I went to the grocery store the other day to get some food, if you need to know. And so it was last Monday afternoon. I'm just minding my own business. I'm in the grocery store, and there was a woman that was like my age, a few feet down the aisle. It was just her and I. And at one point, she turns the aisle to go to the other aisle, and then like I'm just shopping. I turn the aisle and go to the other aisle, and it's just the two of us in the aisle again. She's like 10 feet away from me. And I'm just minding my own business. And at one point, she drops her keychain. She's got one of these like big softball-sized keychains with like 100 trinkets on it, and it dropped. So I like walked over. I was going to grab it for her, but I realized that something plastic on it hit the ground and broke and split into two pieces. And then I realized it was her rape whistle. And she looked at that and looked at me and looked at that and looked at me in a horror, as if now's my chance. I've been following her around for years for this moment at 1 o'clock on a Monday in the cereal aisle to bounce. So I had to do something to like, and so I said something, so I was just like, Monday's right. Which in hindsight is the creepiest thing I could have said. Because in her mind I'm going to attack her and I'm like, it might as well be on Monday, right? Like the world's worst Kathy cartoon. I was at a funeral. I had to go to a funeral recently, and you know what they say? Always the pallbearer. And now I actually did. I can't believe I'm talking about this right now, but I did have to go last week. I had to go to a funeral. And my uncle actually passed away, and it was really sad. And I was a pallbearer, and my brother was a pallbearer, and my dad was a pallbearer too. And you know when you're grieving in your morning, you're really upset, you're like, you know, weird things go into your head. And this happened to me. I was literally carrying the casket from the hearse to the burial site, and like I'm tearing up, I'm really upset, and all this pops in my head. I was like, you know what? This is the first time in our lives that my brother, my dad, and I have ever carried anything this heavy when we're not screaming at each other. Like any other time, we were like, turn the casket the other way, you idiot. No, clockwise, you're gonna dump them out. Wait till your mother gets home, you idiot. Just turn it. I was so proud of us. It was amazing. So I'll tell you guys this about myself. This is embarrassing, but I'm not confident in my sexual prowess at all. This became very apparent to me recently. One night after a show, a girl came up to me and she was trying to be flirty, I guess, and she was like, Chip, if you could describe yourself sexually in one word, what would it be? Sexual, one word. And the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, I don't know, docile, I guess? Like, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. Like, that's all I'm bringing to bear. I'm friendly, I'm courteous, punctual. Does punctual count for something? Because guys usually like like to brag about what they're like in bed, but that's weird to me. Guys always seem to compare themselves to an animal in bed. They're like, I'm like a tiger in bed, I'm a stud, I'm a stallion. Ladies, I'm going to be honest with you right now. I am not going to compare myself to an animal. When I'm in bed, I'm more like a migrant worker. Because I'm not very big, and most of the time I don't understand exactly what's happening. But I will work my ass off until the job is done. And then I will take a siesta. I'm not taking a siesta because I'm sleepy. My name is Chip Chance. You guys know that.
Chip Chantry. One more time for Chip.